Lasagna. Did you really think you couldn't make this dish both vegan and oil-free? Guess again. Hey everybody, this is Dylan. I like to make whole plant food recipes without added salt, oil, and sugar. And this delicious, authentic, I think, lasagna is no exception. Many people think it's really hard to throw together a lasagna, but it's not. I'm gonna show you how simple it is, and we're gonna do two versions. One I have never done before, so it could completely flop. Let's get started with our red sauce, the base of any lasagna. This is my Well, world famous marinara. It is so simple. Some red bell pepper, onion, mushroom, tomato, whatever. Easy to throw together. I like to make a lot of sauce for lasagna because there are multiple layers and I hate to run out. If you have leftovers, then save it for the rest of the week. So let's start with 2 yellow onions. We're gonna dice these up however you want. It's a chunky sauce. If you wanna use your food processor to do all this, you can, but I'd encourage you to practice your chopping. It's very therapeutic. Chop them up, dice them up, throw them in a bowl, and to that we're gonna do a couple of red bell peppers as well. You could use any kind of bell pepper. I like red because it's pretty sweet. Just core the red bell pepper to get the seeds and the guts out, dice it up, and throw it in the bowl with our yellow onion. Speaking of red bell pepper, I'm working on 2 jarred Well World marinaras coming soon that'll make this dish even easier to prepare. One's my kind of standard marinara, the other adds mushroom and some fresh basil, so I think you're gonna love them. Stay tuned for those, they'll be here before you know it. Next up, let's chop up about 1 pound of mushrooms or whatever you got. These are the baby bellas. You can use the white button mushrooms, no big deal. Bottom line, they're mushrooms and we're gonna chop them. That was cool. Let's do this thing. Oh yeah, we're chopping the mushrooms. We're chopping them up. We're chopping them fast. So fast you blow your mind. Mushrooms. By the way, my mushroom basil marinara is going to have fresh basil, so it's even better than homemade. All right, let's take it to the stove. I've got my pot nice and hot. I just put a little bit of water in here so I can tell how hot it is. I know it looks like this is a ton of veggies, but don't worry, it's all gonna reduce down pretty quickly. Throw it all in our pot and let's get sauteing. You can throw a little bit of water in just to keep from sticking, but it's not gonna need much because these veggies are really gonna start sweating. Just keep giving them a stir, make sure they're not sticking, and let them sit for, 3 to 5 minutes. Now that I've given our peppers and onions a few minutes to cook through, we're ready to throw in some Italian seasoning. I'm gonna do like a good 2 or 3 tablespoons of Italian seasoning, plus a hefty spoonful of, I'm using the cheater garlic from Costco, but you could use fresh garlic if you want an even more potent garlic flavor. Oh, this smells so amazing. Our garlic and our Italian seasoning has had a minute to cook. Let's throw in our tomatoes. I don't really know how much I'm gonna need yet, but I've got 3 regular sized cans of no salt added tomato sauce and diced tomatoes, and we'll see if we need more than this. Okay, then just stir this all to combine it and we'll see where we are. If you like a less chunky sauce, obviously you can use all tomato sauce instead of the diced tomatoes, but I like a nice mix of both, so that's how I make mine. Leave it on high, bring it up to a boil, and then we'll drop it right back down to a simmer, and we'll just simmer for like 10 or 15 minutes. You don't have to cook it very long. We're not trying to reduce it because a little bit of a wetter sauce for lasagna is good because the noodles are gonna absorb a lot of the juices in the oven. Simple, simple. Our delicious sauce is on the stove simmering. Let's move on to the next step. Let's make a cashew ricotta. This thing is so tasty, but I'm gonna do it a little different than I normally do. Normally it's just cashews and garlic, some nutritional yeast and lemon juice, but I'm making a big batch, so I thought I'd throw in some tofu to make it a little larger, but not quite so much nuts. You know what I mean? Step 1, I've got some raw cashews here that I've just been soaking, and all I'm gonna do is dump out some of that soaking water, and we'll throw these cashews into the Vitamix. And to that, you know me, I love garlic, so I'm gonna add a hefty amount of garlic, some nutritional yeast, along with some lemon juice, and then we're gonna throw in that block of tofu. I haven't pressed this tofu, it's just a firm block of tofu. I'm throwing it in, and let's get to blending, and we'll just add a little bit of water if we need it to give it the right texture that we're looking for. Blend away until it's creamy and smooth. All right, our sauce is ready. We've got our ricotta. I have one other secret ingredient that I love to throw in my lasagna, and that is some slices of zucchini as a layer or two. It just cooks into kind of like a mush. It gives it a little bit of depth. I love it. I don't know why, but we're doing it, and you should too. And all I do is take a zucchini, cut the top and the bottom off, and then we'll just thinly slice it. You can use these outside pieces too, no big deal, and we're gonna layer them on. We'll get to that. Oh, it's Spicy meatball. We are ready to build. We've got everything ready. Let's get to it. And we're gonna have some messy fingers, y'all. First things first, I'm the realist. First things first, we're gonna put some sauce down. Let's take a couple ladlefuls of sauce for our bottom layer of this baby and spread it all around. I don't hold back on the sauce, I'm gonna be honest. I like my lasagna a little bit more on the sloppy side, not like those bricks of dried out lasagna. This is the good stuff, okay? It melts in your mouth. On to the noodles. For lasagna noodles, I would use a whole wheat lasagna noodle if you can find it. You might have to buy it online, sorry about that. But this is a whole wheat oven ready. You don't need to do oven ready. I put them in dry whether they are marketed as oven ready or not. That's why I make my sauce a little bit wetter. These are funny looking noodles, okay? They don't look like a traditional lasagna, but you can use whatever you've got. Take your ricotta, and I like to just take a knife and actually spread the cheese onto the noodle, just like that. And then lay it down cheesy side up. This is the calorie dense part, this cheese, so you can put as much or as little as you want on there. These can overlap a little bit, no big deal. Don't try to get fancy. It's just simple, simple. Next layer, the spinach. I like to take these spinach leaves and actually just make a nice clean layer. If the stems are crazy long, you can bust off the stems and just layer on your baby spinach, just like that. Looking good. Now we're going to take our zucchini, and you can put these on in the other way. We just put them in the same direction as the noodles. It doesn't matter. Layer on some of this delicious zucchini. We'll probably just do one layer because I made these nice and thick. If you're missing a spot, just bust a piece and throw it in there. No big deal. Here we go. Spread out some sauce on top, and we're gonna repeat. And then just take a spoon and spread it all out. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Now we are back to noodle time. Let's do our second layer of noodles. Second verse, same as the first. Put on the noodles again. Let's get the spinach going. And I think I'm only gonna have space to throw on some sauce, not a second layer of zucchini. But you can build this however you want. You know what I'm saying? Just go with it. Let the lasagna take you on a wild ride. Just ride it. Just ride it like a magic carpet. Get all that spinach in there. Just like that. Looking pretty. Sauce it up, sauce it up. If you run out of sauce, you can always just throw, I've had to do this where you just throw a can of diced tomatoes on top. No big deal. Okay, we are ready to go. This thing can boil right over in the oven, so I like to place it on top of a little baking sheet in case it does. Okay, I'm gonna try this version I've never made before, Reebs. You put me up to this. I'm gonna do it in your cute little Corningware though. What do you think of that?
I love it. I bought that for the enchilada video.
It's gonna be awesome. So let's get started by prepping our zucchini. I can't really do it with a knife because we're gonna go thinner and roll it up. That just would not have worked with these big pieces. They just break. It's useless, okay? Zoodles. So we're gonna take the zucchini, just like this, cut the bottom off. I'm gonna leave the top on this. This is Reeb's instructions to me. And then we're going to just slice until we get a good enough piece to use for this. Some slices kind of like that. They're really nice thin slices. We're gonna make like a cannelloni version of this.
Zucchini.
Oh boy, I accidentally flipped the gun.
Whoa, what is it?
Zoodles! I love zucchini. Why do I love zucchini so much? What do you think, Reebs? I'm gonna take a ladle of sauce, and then we're going to just take a little bit like this. Do you think I should spread it?
Yeah.
Spread it, okay, we're gonna spread it. Spread it with spinach, boom. Now you have a zucchini cannellini. Oh, we're putting them face up.
We're cinnamon rolling it.
We're cinnamon rolling it. We've got some real estate to cover here. I'm getting hungry, so let's fast forward. Looking nice. Now we just need to top it with a little sauce. What do you say, Reebs?
Yeah, top it, get it all in there.
Bada bing, bada boom. Here we go.
Look at that perfect lid.
Let's pop it in the Breville, shall we? Ooh, I think it's lasagna time. Check it out. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Here's what I missed on the marinara sauce is a little crushed red pepper. We've been catering to the wimps and leaving off the crushed red pepper. Now it's gonna kick. Okay, let's taste this thing. This is the standard lasagna, Reeves. You wanna have a taste? Ooh, that's good.
Oh, I can't do that. That's like 1,000,000 degrees.
You gotta eat it when it's hot.
No, I don't want to burn my tongue.
Go ahead and tell me what you think.
That's super good.
It is, isn't it? This is the accidental keto. We'll need one of those unless you intend to.
It's a little crunchy. I'd let it go a little longer.
Really tasty. We could bake it a little bit longer, I suppose. I don't dislike the little bit of crunch you get from the zucchini.
Are we doing this?
We're just signing off the video, does it? There you have it, folks. 2 versions of lasagna, the Well Your World Dylan version, and Reeves' brand new accidental keto vegan zucchini cannelloni.
For more videos like this one, be sure to click right here.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.